News, Tinubu in yet more trouble as AA presidential candidate drags him and his vice presidential candidate to court over double nomination. Now, according to the new Electoral Act, if ever to be honored, okay, double nomination is a crime, which leads to what? Cancellation. But guess what? They know how to maneuver their things, and that's why they want to perpetually hold the judiciary in their arms. Do you know when Nigerians made a mistake in 2015 and they voted in Buhari? By 2019, everybody was ready to ensure that they overturn the mistake and make right decision. But guess what? It was the same judiciary system, the court, that pronounced Buhari the winner of that very said election. Whether Buhari really won that election, it was the court, I don't know. Whether he did not win it and today is living another man's mandate, just like Hope, I don't know. But you know the funniest thing, at the end of the day, we will get the truth. We will get the truth. They may think that they have succeeded, but for how long? It may look like they are getting whatever they are getting, but for how long? Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. The Action Alliance, AA, has sued the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the All Progressive Congress, APC, presidential candidates, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and his running mate, Senator Kashim Shettima, over the alleged double nomination. In the suit instituted on July the 28th, the plaintiff is asking the Federal High Court to disqualify the APC on the grounds of nominating a candidate for more than one constituencies. The first suit marks, the number is there, and filed in on behalf of Akpan Oyokoro of the INEC, APC, Tinubu, Shettima as first, second, and third, fourth defendant, respectively. The suit reads, a declaration that the nomination of the fourth defendant by the third defendant as a vice presidential candidate of the second defendant is void, arising from the express provision of Section 35 of the 1999 Constitution and the Electoral Act 2022, in that the fourth defendant allowed himself to be nominated in more than one constituencies of the election 2023. A perpetual injunction restraining the third and fourth defendant from holding out ourselves as president and vice presidential candidates contesting the 2023 presidential election on the platform of the second defendant. The plaintiff also demanded that the court issue an order of perpetual injunction restricting INEC from listing the names of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu and Shettima as the presidential and vice presidential candidates of APC. The plaintiff insisted that the ruling party went against the law when they submitted the names of Shettima both as a candidate for Borno Central Senatorial election and vice presidential candidate in the 2023 elections. This suit added the second defendant also submitted the names of the fourth defendant as its candidate in Borno Central Senatorial election for the 2023 election, and the fourth defendant swore in from EC9 in his capacity as the said candidate and was also submitted to the first defendant. That the fourth defendant also on July 15, 2022, submitted another form EC9 of the first defendant through the second defendant, and this time he was nominated as the vice presidential candidate. That the fourth defendant also deposited to the oaths constituted to say the form EC9 as being nominated as the position of the vice presidential candidate, that Borno Central Senatorial Zone and the presidential elections are two different constituencies and constitute two different areas. That the plaintiffs applied through me for the certificate true copy of the form EC9 and the fourth defendant and Borno Central Council and the presidential election, and the fourth defendant is delaying the release of the plaintiffs. So you see trouble? Yeah. In Nigeria today, most of the governors, senators, most of them are living a lie. Oh, real lie. Most of them took both presidential election forms, and the same people also took other election forms. It's not done. It's all a lie. It should not be allowed. No is wrong. However, in Nigeria today, this has become the order of the day. Truth is eradicated to the background. And all we see, lies, 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 being paraded, all around us. The people we see and we think they are leaders or they mean well, to a large extent, most of them do not mean well for the country. They are just doing their own thing. Okay, and every one of us are just silent and quiet and looking at them carrying out, they say there is law, they break the law, and yet they go after others to say some other persons break the law, where they themselves have not obeyed the very penance of the law. You see, Tinubu and his running mate have broken the law in no small way. The person you are bringing as your running mate also picked up a senatorial form, which is against the law. So this is why the AA candidate is saying, on this ground, though, and any other thing, they can be set free and let go. They can go ahead and contest. But this and this and this and this and this is what they have done. I have the forms that says, and this is the constitution that backs up my claim that what they have done. But guess what? Let me tell you something. With this that you are hearing now, I say to you that they will still contest. This is just between you and I. They will not be disqualified. And I'm speaking to you as someone who knows exactly how this system runs, called Nigeria, where lies is being paraded and propagated as if all is well. You can see for yourself that we have come into that place today where, it feels like nobody can stand up for what is true. Judiciary, it feels very much like they've been bought over and so cannot stand for what is right. Most of them, are just like, they're just like, I don't know how best to describe them. Okay? Plastic, rubber stamp, judiciary personnel. For some other persons, they are quick to give an order, to give this is my ruling, okay, to pass a judgment. But for the very politicians, there is no truth being dispensed to us as a people to say this is how truth and justice must be. So when you look at it, Nigerians are really in a very tight corner as a result of this very same people who have become leaders. And most of them, are not keeping the very penance of the law that they promise, they take an oath to uphold. To them, it's just another oath. It makes no meaning. There's nothing, particular about it. They've made themselves some demi or mini gods, that they are the one who runs the show. So who tells them what to do? Sadly, these are the people we have. And they are coming on board again and again to tell us they want to lead. And we are quiet. Leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.